Hi. All right, welcome back to the Daily Spread. We are live, and I'm still kind of getting a little bit situated, so bear with me here. I am going to go ahead, and I promise you don't have to look at my profile too long. Okay, a couple things different. I'm using a different mic today, so hopefully when we play it back, hopefully the audio is a little bit better, and we'll kind of go from there. If not, then I'll have to figure something else out. This is kind of a work in progress, what the Daily Spread is. This is obviously the first week for it, fourth episode. Brady was on yesterday. It looks like he may be back on tomorrow, so that's good because the viewership like tripled with Brady on, so I don't know what that says about me, but okay, I'm just going to kind of pretend that didn't happen. All right, let me tweet this out so everybody can get in here, and then we'll kind of start talking about today's news. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay, so tweeted that out, so give the people a chance to get in here. Kind of, it hasn't been a terribly crazy news week this week. There were a couple of arrests last week, but not really nothing crazy like that this week, which is a good thing for the Big 12. Right now, on behind me, we got Oklahoma State playing Iowa State, Big 12 tournament going on right now. So it looks like Iowa State is kind of putting it to the Cowboys right now, up by 10 with a little over 4 in the first half left right now. Okay. So, up first I have the Big 12 tournament. So, Texas knocked off Texas Tech yesterday. Texas 10 seed, Texas Tech a 7 seed. So, I mean, the seeds don't mean much, but, I guess an upset there. And then TCU took care of Oklahoma, knocked them out of the tournament. So, today, up first, Iowa State, Oklahoma State. After that, you got, after this game, you got Kansas and TCU. If Kansas doesn't win that game, I'll be surprised. West Virginia, Texas, the 6 o'clock game, and then Baylor and Kansas State, the late game. So definitely tune in there. We'll have kind of a bracket up on the links here afterwards. Who do you guys think wins the tournament? I don't know. Let me look at the bracket here. I mean, the easy choice is Kansas because they win everything. No matter how good anybody else does, it just doesn't matter. Kansas wins everything. Man, I don't know. I kind of like Baylor. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't pay. There's a reason the site focuses on football. We don't pay. We watch basketball. Obviously, we're huge sports fans, but I can't say that with any certainty. Certain, yeah, whatever. I'm going to go with Baylor. We'll stick with it. I like Kansas, but that's an easy pick. Okay. Moving on, we have... Okay, this is pretty good. Houston's All-American defensive tackle, Ed Oliver, clearly is not happy that Tom Herman left for Texas. He took a shot at his old coach yesterday. Kind of their spring practice is underway, and he was asked... what's the differences under Major Applewhite, a Texas grad, who took over for Herman? What's the differences in spring practice with Applewhite versus Herman? And he said, a lot less yelling, a lot more coaching. That's, yeah, I don't know, like, Applewhite's in this Houston team is going to have to prove it on the field before you can, take shots at Herman's coaching ability because it didn't seem like you wanted him to go anywhere. So, kind of a little bit of salt there in Houston. We got that live on the front page right now. Also on the front page from a couple days ago, we're looking at the schedules, the Big 12 schedules. Kansas. They won 2 games last year. Big upset over Texas. The Longhorns aren't going to live that down anytime soon. But can they build on that going into 2017? Can they get another 2 wins? Can they get 3, maybe 4 wins this next season? Where can Coach Beatty take this team? I think something really important to look at, it's mentioned in the article too, is, when Beatty took over this team, he had 64 scholarship players over, the limit's 85. So he's playing with, 21 fewer scholarship players than OU, than Oklahoma State, than Texas. Well, maybe not Texas because they, cut a few people. But that's huge. They'll be up about around 80 this year, so I think that's big for the Jayhawks. We'll see if they can get some more depth, and if that turns into wins, that's yet to be seen. But definitely take a look into that. The article kind of gets into the schedule, where they might be able to get those wins from. The other big news: USA Today kind of released a report about the NCAA finances. And turns out the NCAA lost $400 million after making about $1 billion. So that's surprising. A lot of it is kind of, I'm not, my wife is a CPA. I don't get into the accounting thing. I don't, but I try to follow this along. It seems to be that a lot of it was allocated, or not allocated. What am I looking for here? Depreciated? I don't know. I don't think the NCAA is in trouble with making money. They're not going to continually lose $400 million every year. $200 million of that was a one-time distribution to Division I schools, and then they're paying off some lawsuits or whatever, the Ed O'Bannon thing. Kind of look that over. We'll have that link. If you like that kind of thing, if you like the financials and kind of what goes on behind the scenes, that kind of thing, definitely check that out. Moving on. Oh, David Ubben. Yeah, this is pretty cool. He ranked the Big 12 receiving course, which, was a huge part of the Big 12 offense, the spread offense. How the offense can basically go as fast as the receivers. And Coach Gundy has actually talked about this, and I think it provides a little bit of insight to these no-huddle offenses and how fast they can run and the up-tempo. And what that is it's all up to the receivers, how well they understand the routes that the plays are calling, and how well, they can get up and back and get set and kind of know what's going on. Because without that group, in sync or knowing what they're doing, it kind of limits how fast you can go. So definitely one of the bigger things to pay attention to. Number one, Ubben ranks the Cowboys number one in the Big 12. That's not a surprise. They are absolutely loaded at receiver with, you have Washington returning, Marcel Aitman's back from injury this year. Those two guys alone are just phenomenal options for Rudolph. Then you got LSU transfer Tyron Johnson. You got, let me look here. Oh, Jalen McCluskey. The Cowboys receiving group might be the best in the country. It's that good. They are loaded. I think behind the Cowboys, it's a little bit interesting. Ubben ranks TCU number 2, which, was understandable. Surprisingly, Iowa State third. We'll see what they can do. They're kind of climbing up the Big 12 ladder, or they're trying to. They're making some waves, and I think that I think it's so surprising that they're third. Alan Lazard has a big part of that, or why they're third. Surprisingly, Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield chose to come back. Who's he going to throw to? You have Oklahoma. Ubben ranked them 9th in the Big 12 receiving corps. A lot of that is we just don't know who's going to step up. They're not going to finish 9th in the Big 12, and Ubben recognizes that. And I'd agree with that. But it is kind of crazy that when you're looking at proven talent and who has what, that they're 9th right now. And they'll jump up, but a little bit surprising. Definitely check out that article. We'll have it linked to on the post here after the show. And I think wrapping up today, that's about all the news. Kind of a slow news day. If you guys like college football, like expressing your opinion, love talking about it, give us a shout. We're looking for contributors. We're looking for podcast audio visual help, that kind of thing. We're looking for writers. We're looking for social media people. So we kind of have it. We'll have a link to it, but we have everything we're looking for. What you can expect out working here. I mean, we have a great group of guys behind the scenes. We're constantly talking, chatting, that kind of thing. It's fun to be a part of. You get to kind of talk and interact with different media personalities across the country. That is also pretty amazing. I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's just incredible. And it's a passion, and it's just fun. And we're definitely looking out for more people. So if you've ever thought about it, now's your chance. Shoot me an email. That link will be in the post. Definitely, we'd love to hear from you. Also, this has been teased for a couple of days now. We're just kind of waiting. Game Day Depot, they handle our t-shirt sales, and if you go to our apparel page on our website there, you'll see that we have a few t-shirts. We have "We Ruled This State" for Baylor, "Make Texas Great Again" for the Longhorns there. We have a couple of shirts for everybody in the conference. If you kind of look around there, we're adding a Cowboys t-shirt. It's pretty fun. It's around a certain coffee mug that you may have seen a couple of times. We're just having fun with it. The design is done, everything's done. We're just kind of waiting on it to go live. Once that does, we'll definitely put that out there. Speaking of a certain coffee mug, if you guys see it anywhere, I have been on a quest to find one, to buy one, ever since it first made its appearance, and this thing just does not exist in the wild. I know it was made by Hallmark, and that's about it. And so if anybody ever sees one available at a garage sale, something, just shoot me a link, and let's talk, or shoot me a tweet or whatever. I'm Chris Ross. This is the LGG. This is the Daily Spread, and that's all I have for today. Let me go through one last time. Make sure nothing popped up here in the last second. It looks like the Cowboys are charging back, only down by 5. So definitely tune that in. If you can, Big 12 tournament all day today. It's awesome. Okay. I'm not saying anything new since I kind of put together the list here. All right, guys. It's been fun. Definitely leave comments, chat, like, thumbs up, share it on social media. That's a huge help to us. Let us know what you kind of like to see from this show. It's a daily chat. We'll be here next week. I think Brady's going to do the show tomorrow for Friday, so you guys can look forward to that. It won't be me rambling. It'll be him. And, all right, guys. Thanks.